Good afternoon, everyone. In the last class, I discussed about philosophy, the definition, a little bit about the background of philosophy. Uh, can anyone tell me the definition of philosophy? What philosophy is? Anyone? Anybody?
Sir, philosophy is the study of basically knowledge.
Study of knowledge,
Study of knowledge
study of
and the
wisdom,
way of
study of wisdom. So the
wisdom.
word
Yes, sir.
philo, the
Love of
word
wisdom.
love of
Yes, sir. The
wisdom.
love of wisdom.
The word philo means
Sir, philo means love,
love, and Sophie means
wisdom.
wisdom, love of wisdom.
Yes,
If
sir.
you want to know something new, you are a philosopher. If you ask questions, intellectual questions, then you are a
Yes, sir.
philosopher. So today I'm going to just briefly discuss about Western philosophy. Okay, Western philosophy, and also I would like to tell you something about the Eastern philosophy. Okay, at first I'm starting with the Western philosophy. Western philosophy has three parts. It is divided into three parts. Number one, ancient, that means connected with Greece and Rome. Okay, ancient Western philosophy, which is connected with Greece and Rome. Number two, medieval philosophy, which is actually European. Medieval philosophy, which is connected with the European, philosophy. And number three is modern philosophy. So number one, ancient philosophy, which is connected with Greece and Rome. We can also call it Greco-Roman, Greco-Roman or ancient philosophy. So ancient philosophy, it actually started with can anyone tell me ancient Greek philosophy? Any idea?
So Socrates.
Socrates. Okay. Anyone else? Can you remember?
Plato.
Sir,
Plato,
Aristotle, Plato,
Aristotle,
Aristotle.
Aristotle. So this is all about the ancient Greek philosophy. Very easy, right? Um, take it easy. And I'm also using easy English so that you can understand. So actually, before Socrates, before Aristotle, or even before Plato, there was another person. We can also call him a philosopher. Uh, his name is Thales. Okay, Thales. He was a Greek mathematician, astronomer, and philosopher. Actually, he came before Socrates, before Plato, before Aristotle. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So we can call him, you know, uh, the pioneer of Greek philosophy, Thales. But he is not as famous as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Anyway, so the ancient Greek and Roman philosophy. So I'm discussing with the Greek philosophy in mind. The ancient era was dominated by Greek philosophical schools, and the people of that time in Greece, the people were influenced by the teachings of Socrates. And there was also Plato. Who was Plato? Teacher of Socrates or student of Socrates?
Sir, students of Socrates. Students.
Plato was a student of Socrates.
Socrates.
Okay. Uh, all right. So Plato was there. Plato was also a philosopher. Then there was Aristotle. Who was Aristotle?
Sir, also the
Student of Plato. All right. Now Socrates.
Socrates.
Listen. Socrates. After Socrates, Plato. Right. So Plato
Yes, sir.
was the student of Socrates. Then Aristotle. Aristotle was a student of Plato. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Great. So ancient Greek philosophy. If anyone asks you a question, how should you answer? Who were the ancient Greek philosophers? You can start with
Aristotle,
Thales.
Socrates.
You can start with Thales.
It is.
Then Socrates, then Plato, and then Aristotle. Okay,
Yes, sir.
great. Easy or difficult? Very easy, right?
Easy, sir.
Very easy.
Yes, sir.
So ancient Greek philosophy. Then comes medieval philosophy. Okay, Middle Age, medieval philosophy. So medieval philosophy, here we see the Western Roman Empire fell down.
Sir,
Yes,
Farzana wants to
yes,
join.
I have already let her in. Okay, Aziz also. All right. So medieval philosophy, that means from 5th to 16th centuries, Middle Age is the period when we see the Western Roman Empire fell down. And during the Middle Age, Christianity as a religion, Christianity was, rising. During the Middle Age, Christianity was rising. And people of that time, especially the philosophers, started asking questions about the existence and nature of God. They asked questions. Is there any God? How does he work? Okay, all these questions they started asking. Then they also started asking questions. In the last class, I told you that philosophers always ask questions. So then they also ask questions like, what is faith? Faith. What is logic? What is the what it means by the existence, all these questions.
স্যার আরেকটু বড় করলে একটু ভালো হয়
Sorry, hello, Sopan, can you hear? Sopan, Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
Sopan is having a problem. I don't know. Maybe from his end there is some problem, but all of you are hearing clearly. Okay, let me continue. So during the Middle Age, people started asking questions about the existence of God, how He works. Okay, they started asking questions about faith, belief, logic, knowledge. What is knowledge? What is what is all about existence? Why we exist in this world? Okay, why are there birds, animals, human beings in this world? So people started asking questions. All right. Then comes third part. Third part, modern philosophy. That means modern era. All right, modern philosophy. In modern philosophy, we see uh, the philosophers Thomas Hobbes, Thomas Hobbes, an English philosopher, then Descartes, Rene Descartes. Some people also call him Rene Descartes, a French philosopher, modern French philosopher and scientist. Then there was Spinoza, a Dutch philosopher, from the Netherlands, Dutch philosopher. Then there was Leibniz, German logicians, mathematicians, and philosopher. Locke, John Locke, an English philosopher, modern English philosopher. Then Berkeley, Irish philosopher. Hume, Scottish philosopher. Then Kant, German philosopher. So in this modern philosophy, modern age, what do you think? What kinds of questions they asked? Anyone? Any idea? In medieval philosophy, we saw that the philosophers asked questions about God, about existence, about logic, etc. But in modern philosophy, all these modern philosophers asked questions about what? Any idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to tell you. Actually, during modern age, modern philosophy was asking questions about religion. Okay, they were actually going away, moving away from religion and the church. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, in modern philosophy, the modern philosophers, not all, some of the modern philosophers, they they did not believe in religion. They did not believe in the church. All right, they did not believe in God. Am I clear now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So in modern philosophy, we also see the presence of Friedrich Nietzsche, Karl Marx, John Stuart Mill, okay, and so on. Very famous names. Then I'm talking about Middle Eastern philosophy. Middle Eastern philosophy, it is related to Iran, you know, Saudi Arabia. So, any idea about Middle Eastern philosophy? You know, philosophy of the Middle East, Middle Eastern philosophy. Any idea? Actually, the philosophers of that time,
Fundamentalist.
okay, I'm telling you, the philosophers of that time, they emphasized, they gave importance to wisdom literature. Wisdom literature means they emphasized, I mean, to them, uh, ethics, morality, moral teaching, all these were very important. Middle Eastern philosophers, they thought that morality is important. Ethical action, all right, ethical action. How should we behave with others? Do you understand what I'm saying? It is almost related to, you know, to the Greek. You must remember in one of the last classes I told you about Aesop stories in Bangla, Aesopের গল্প. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
In every story we get a moral lesson. Okay, we should be good human beings. We should do, uh, you know, we should not harm others. We should always help people. We should be good people, good human beings. Similarly, in Middle Eastern philosophy, okay, the Muslim philosophers, they always emphasized goodness, morality. We should be good human beings. We should not be greedy. We should not be, corrupted. Clear? Hello? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
So one
Yes,
famous
sir. Clear.
okay, one famous philosopher from Middle Eastern philosophy is Zoroaster. Zoroaster. He's actually
Sorry, sir. The
Zoroaster. 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 He's actually Iranian. Okay. At that time, he was considered as a prophet. People in Iran, they considered him as a prophet. He was a religious reformer and spiritual leader. Zoroaster. Okay, so early Islamic philosophy, they actually uh, they were influenced by the Greek philosophy. To them, to the Islamic philosophers, the Islamic philosophers, they actually gave importance to kalam, which means, uh, study Islamic religious textbooks, and falsafa. Falsafa means philosophy. Falsafa means philosophy which is related to Aristotelianism and Neoplatonism. Okay, that means
yes, sir.
Middle Eastern philosophy was influenced by ancient Greek philosophy, especially by the philosophy of Aristotle and, Plato, because Plato always told people to be good, to read good books, to behave well, okay, to be a better human person. So the Middle Eastern philosophers, they actually followed Aristotle and Plato. I hope you get my point. Okay, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
All right, then there is Indian philosophy. I'm not going to discuss much now because I'm going to move on to the main point. So Indian philosophy, then there is Jain philosophy, you know, connected with Jainism, a religion in India. Then Buddhist philosophy, you know, Gautam Buddha, he had his own thinking, own philosophy, and he had his own followers. All right, then so yes, Hindu philosophies. Now I'm going to discuss. Then there is African philosophy, then American philosophy. Okay, so now I'm going to discuss about the branches of philosophy. Branches. How many branches are there in philosophy? Anyone?
No, sir.
6 branches. All right. I have already shared the information in the group. Okay. In the group. So the branches of philosophy. Number 1 is metaphysics. Metaphysics. What is metaphysics? It is the study of the nature of reality. All right. That means
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you have, if you ask a question about the existence of anything, that means this is metaphysics. For example, if anyone asks a question about what is truth, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I ask
Okay,
you,
sir.
what is a person? What is a person? Okay, what is truth? Is there any truth? Does truth exist? Is there any existence of truth? If anyone asks this question, it will be what type of question? A
This will be, sir, metaphysics
metaphysical
related to metaphysics.
metaphysical question. So metaphysics
Mm.
is also always connected with the existence of, I mean, with the existence of something. All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
if I ask a question like, what is nature? What is the natural world? Is there any natural world? If I ask a question, it will be a what type of question? A
Metaphysics.
metaphysical question. Just remember, metaphysics always asks questions about the existence. Then comes epistemology. Epistemology. Okay. After this one, I would like to finish the class for today. Epistemology, second branch. Epistemology asks questions, you know, related to knowledge. All right. For example, if I ask a question, what is knowledge? Is there uh, any? I mean, how do we know anything at all? How do we know what we know? I mean, if I tell you that I have knowledge about something, how do I get that knowledge? Do you understand what I am saying? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Remember, epistemology, this branch of philosophy, always asks questions about knowledge.
Knowledge.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Suppose if I tell you that there was an earthquake, if I tell you there was an earthquake, all right, so you can ask, uh, how did you know? If you ask, how did you know that there was an earthquake? So I'll tell, no, I felt, a shake. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I mean, you are asking questions and you are trying to find the answer from me. If I tell you I felt an earthquake, you will say, no, I did not. Aziz, hello?
Yes, sir.
Aziz, if I
Yes,
tell
sir.
you I felt an earthquake, then you can ask me, how did you feel? How did you know that there was an earthquake? If you ask me, okay. So then if I tell you that, yes, I felt ache, you know, then
Yes, sir.
you will tell me, no, I did not feel any shake. Do you understand? So
Yes, sir.
this is
This is related to SE,
epistemology.
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 All right. So that's it for today. Okay. I'll discuss the other parts in the next class. All right.
Yes, sir. স্যার পরবর্তী ক্লাস কি 3টা থেকে শুরু করবেন?
3:30. The next class will be at 3:30. Okay.
ওকে স্যার।
See you in the next class.
ওকে স্যার। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।